So we're here at the Capitol. Governor J.B. Pritzker just gave his FY 2026 budget address. We are here with State Senator Steve McClure of Springfield. And Senator, what were your general thoughts on the governor's budget address?
Well, my general thought was he wanted to give a political speech. And, he wanted to run for vice president. He was passed over for that position. He wanted to run for president. He decided he didn't want to do it at the end of the day. And now he wants to get national attention by calling Republicans Nazis. It was insane. And the fact that he thinks that's going to help us advance as a state or take care of the average citizen who's just trying to pay their bills and pay for groceries and things like that is remarkable. But I have to tell you that it's a record year, again, as far as his budget proposal. More money ever before in our state's history spent on a budget. I do want to say that he did talk about supporting our independent pharmacists, and I've got a lot of those in my district that are struggling right now. I think that's very important because right now we've got companies that are taking advantage of them and not giving them full reimbursements and things like that. So there were some positive things, but it was really a sour note that ended the speech. It's just unfortunate that Governor Pritzker wanted to hijack his speech for political games.
And speaking of Springfield, I am from Springfield. The governor had mentioned how the state was seeing business expansion in Illinois. Are we seeing that same, from your viewpoint, that same kind of business expansion in central Illinois in the Springfield area?
No, we're seeing a lot of people leaving the state. And, downtown Springfield still has not recovered from the pandemic. And we've got to do more to help Springfield and help Sangamon County and help my Senate district, which is the 54th district, to get more jobs, more opportunities, and more breaks. I mean, there was nothing in this speech about property tax relief. And as the Senate Republican caucus has been fighting for this for the last 7 years that I've been a state senator, we need to continue fighting for it because we have the highest property taxes in the country. And so we've got to help our citizens who are struggling to pay their bills right now.
All right, well, Senator McClure, I know we got a lot more going on today, so we won't take up any more of your time, but thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
We're here at the state capitol with Senator Villivalam of Chicago. This is after Governor Pritzker just gave his FY 26 budget address. Senator, what were your general thoughts of how the address went?
Well, first and foremost, I believe we all will say that it's a proposal. We appreciate the governor's proposal today. I think we definitely want to build on the progress we've made in terms of balancing budgets, and that has resulted in credit rating upgrades. We want to make sure we continue strategic investments in our education system. So looking at the $350 million in funding for K through 12 public education, that's something that is an incredibly important policy for our state. Ensuring that we continue to invest in our care for seniors and people with disabilities through programs like the Community Care Program, DSP, Adult Day Services. Those programs are going to be critically important. And invest in public safety. We've continued to make sure that the Illinois State Police has funding for additional classes of cadets, but also investing in programs that lead to violence prevention and after school and so forth. And so I think seeing those strategic investments are important. We're going to look to, during the course of the appropriations process, build on those investments with, again, keeping in mind that we need to balance budget at the end of the process. And I think we're all invested in that.
All right, well, thank you so much, Senator. All right, we were here with Senator Arellano from Dixon, Illinois. He serves on the Senate Committee on Pensions. Senator, we just heard Governor J.B. Pritzker's FY 26 budget address. What thoughts do you have, sir?
Well, the first thing I was struck by is these get called balanced budgets, but they're not based on actuarial science. They're based on the so-called pension ramp, which pays what we owe more into the future. So in my opinion, if it's not based on actuarial science or good budget mathematics, it's not a balanced budget. We know last year, if we had followed actuarial recommendations, we were about $5 billion short. I'm not sure what that number is this year, but again, it's well into the billions. So that part is a problem for me. I believe that part is kicking the can down the road a bit, and as a father of 5, that part's very important to me.
We had also heard the governor saying that Illinois is attracting more businesses these days, and there's been more expansion. Are you seeing any business growth in Dixon, Illinois?
We are seeing some growth in Dixon. We've been bouncing back there. As a whole, though, the state is still trailing other states. We're trailing the nation, and we're really high in unemployment. Last time I checked, we were in the top 3. So some of those things we're growing along with the rest of the country, but not as much as our fellow states. And that does have a huge impact on the budget.
Do the Republicans have a plan going forward to help push some of their ideas and to maybe do something to reduce property taxes, attract more business to the state?
Property taxes are a huge thing that I did not really hear much get addressed in the budget address. But I think going back to pensions, getting those caught up so we can start making more of a normal pension payment in future years, and then returning those distribution funds to community colleges, school districts, municipalities, and in turn putting pressure on them to lower property taxes. That's the key to lowering property taxes. We have to get our state debts under control so we can get back to proper education funding formulas, back to proper municipal formulas, and share with those entities that are driving property taxes. Because what is a school district going to do if the state's not giving them enough money? They're going to raise property taxes. That's just what's going to happen.
All right, well, Senator, I know we'll be seeing you a lot there on the Pension Committee, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.